Hey, my name is Seb, and it has already been an entire year. An entire year since we last got an update from Ground Branch. But now, after a long wait, 1033 is finally here. And once again, I had early access to the build. But this time, I was more than 800 miles away from my computer because of the holidays. Meaning, I'm only getting to try this update now, together with you all. Anyway, Ground Branch 1033 is here, and it's a great content update. As I covered in my 1033 Intel report, we have plentiful of new weapons as well as some updated models. We have new stuff like patches, fully grown gamer beards, and these probably only because they were so frequently asked about, I'm sure. But they are cool in game, I'm not gonna lie. Why does Ground Branch updates take so long? You might ask yourself, and is it worth the wait? Well, there are a few factors at play here. First, as you probably know, and if you follow Ground Branch, the dev team is not exactly huge. Secondly, the developers like to release big updates further apart, rather than sprinkling smaller updates over the course of a year. That can lead to the game feeling a bit stale, but when we get updates, they feel meaningful. So let's look at what is new in a little more detail. First things first, the 7 new weapons. Mainly we have the Mark 17 as a close quarters combat version with a short barrel and a longer DMR version. We also got the HK-105 and a few new weapons as seen in the list here. And as I mentioned, some of the existing models has also been reworked in this update. Next up is the new night vision goggles, Ground Panoramic Night Vision. It mainly gives you a larger field of view when used. The visualization of them has also been really well done, so bravo devs. With the new night vision there has been some tweaks to the AI, mainly that their eyesight is worsened in dark environments so they can't detect you immediately at night, thus enhancing the night operations. Other noteworthy things is there is new UI and UX or user experience for the loadout system, and a cool new feature I personally like is the new shootouts in training, where you can use more than one layout and together with the team train different scenarios in CQB. That I think is pretty cool. Now for the maps, there is a new map, it's called Docks. In true Ground Branch style, it's enormous and detailed. The GB maps can actually feel too large honestly, especially if you're playing solo. Depot and Storage also has overhauls and are now more alive, and they feel a lot more detailed. Depot especially is now so complex I feel like I need a full squad to cover me as I'm moving along the Soviet tanks and new buildings. It's a great update, and I hope more maps receive this kind of overhaul, even though I wish for a few more smaller maps. Also, there has been updates to the game modes and multiplayer. It should give you as a player more options and more control if you're the admin. And finally, there are some game optimizations for the visuals and performance. So if you own an RTX card, you can now utilize NVIDIA DLSS. You might also notice that a lot of the, or if not all of the, VFX and effects in the game has been reworked. Hopefully, we do not have to wait an entire year for the next update. The next big hurdle for Ground Branch is probably the AI behavior. GB is already in a good place with this update, but it's not done in any way. With some more mechanics and better AI, I think GB is the most realistic tactical shooter available. It is already among the best for realism, but it sort of lacks replayability, in my opinion. My biggest dream is a co-op campaign, more in the style of Ready or Not. One major plus that will prolong the life of GB is modding, and it makes me really happy to see that in 1033 modding is on the main menu. But that's all for now. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video. From me to you, stay safe.